Welcome friends to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see the entrepreneurship development in India. So how exactly the government policies and other things are helping to entrepreneur for their entrepreneurship development, and also the various protocols or the funding process, and also the institutional involvement for the entrepreneurship development we are going to look at. So before going further, one must know what exactly the entrepreneurship development program. So it means the program designed to help a person or individual in strengthening his entrepreneurship motive and in acquiring skill and capabilities necessary for playing his entrepreneurial role effectively. So overall, it is a strengthening and giving the skills or capability to the individual or the entrepreneur for its further entrepreneurial role, which he can play effectively on the ground level. So the need for the EDP, that is entrepreneurship development programs, are first is speed the process of activity, the factors of production. Yes, the always any training program or the skills is for to develop or the improvement of the production for the entrepreneur, then leading to higher rate of economic growth. Yes, if the process or the production is increased, ultimately the economic growth of the country will be rise. Then dispersal of the economic activities. Yes, if one person got the skill or the activity for his business, so he can disperse the economic activities by taking others, or also he can expand his business. Ultimately he is expanding the economic activity. So development of the backward and tribal areas, this is the main motive of the EDP. So the backward area and tribal area of the India, which having the skills but they don't know the various different strategies to expand their business. So EDP is ultimately helping the backward and tribal areas to show their skills. Then creation of the employment opportunity. Yes, if ultimately the business expand due to the skilled entrepreneur or the group of entrepreneur, they can create more employment opportunity by expanding their businesses, by expanding the production. Then involvement of all section of the society. Yes, EDP having the eligibility for all the individuals belonging to the country, so anyone can participate in this. So involvement of the all section of the society is carried out. So these are the need for the EDP. Then second, what are the misconceptions or misunderstanding about the EDP in the public area? So EDP is a solution for all problems. So one must know that EDP is only for the entrepreneurs, and it is giving the skill or sharpening the skill of the entrepreneurs, as well as the value addition for the skills is also carried out. But for all other things that one must know, the EDP is not the solution for all the problems. Then EDP means only training. So there is a misconception that EDP is the only training. No, it is not only training, it also giving the support or the financial support or any other supports, manpower is also provided by the EDP. Higher the number, better the EDP. So another thing is, higher the number, the better the EDP. No, we only need the skillful and the active participants. So there is a misconception that higher the number, the better the EDP. No. Then EDP success is the solo responsibility of the trainer and motivator. No, it is two-way communication. It is a two-way participation. That is, the entrepreneur or the individual must respond support to the trainer and motivators also. So there is a two-way communication. Feedbacks should be taken timely. This must not be granted that the trainer and motivator are solely working. Then coming to the objectives of the program, so what are the basic objective of the EDP? That is to promote and development of the small and medium enterprises. Yes, this mainly is for the small and medium enterprises that would encourage self-employment. Yes, one must know that the small businesses and the medium businesses are the future big businesses, so one must focus on the small and medium enterprises. So EDP is focusing on the small and medium enterprises to encourage the self-employment of the individual or the community. Then stimulate new venture and expansion of existing activity of the small and medium enterprises in rural areas. Yes, so EDP is helping the small and medium enterprises to stimulate a new venture or expansion of the existing activity to the rural area. So here they are mainly focusing the backward and tribal areas, so that the businesses, small or medium businesses, can expand to the backward or tribal areas. Then upgrade managerial skill of the existing entrepreneurs and develop potential capability for potential entrepreneurs. So also it is adding the managerial skill to the already existing entrepreneur as well as the individual, and develop potential capability for potential entrepreneurship. Yes, so this is the three objective of the program. Then entrepreneurship development training should focus on developing, so it should be focused on which part of a development, that is first one is entrepreneurial behavior. So the major factor, that is behavior of the entrepreneur, it should be taking the initiative, grasping the opportunity. This behavior should be in the entrepreneur. Then managing autonomously, so solely he can manage the everything. Then solving the problem creatively, not only solving problem but it should be solved creatively. Then networking, the communication skills also should be included in the behavior of the entrepreneur. So second, what it going to tell us, that entrepreneurial attributes. So what attributes? That achievement orientation, the entrepreneur having the achievement orientation. Then also self-confidence should be high. Then the entrepreneur having the self-esteem. So these all things are trained in the entrepreneur development. Then high internal locus of the control. Then hardworking. Then determination should be there. And third one is the skills. Entrepreneurial skills which are trained are creative problem solving, negotiation, then selling, strategic thinking, then decision making under uncertainty. So these all are coming under the skills of the entrepreneur, which are trained or which are taught in the entrepreneurship development. So importance of the training and development. So what is the importance of the training and development? It ensures the availability of the skilled manpower at all management levels. Then enhancing ability and potential among entrepreneurs. Then increases the efficiency, maintain and enhance the product quality. Then minimize the wastage in production process. Then minimize accidents on the job. Then reduce the tiredness and increase the speed work. Then also standardization in industry and internal processes. So these all are the importance of the training and development by the entrepreneurship development program. Then what are the methods of the training? So coming to the methods, first one is the individual instruction. So the mentor or trainer is giving the individual instruction to the entrepreneur. Then group instruction also given. Also lecture method is applied. Then demonstration method is applied for the group or the entrepreneur. Then written instruction and methods are given to the entrepreneur. Then conference method is also used and meetings are taken. Then structuring the entrepreneur development program. So what is the structure? That is survey of the entrepreneur opportunity. First the EDP must survey the entrepreneur opportunity. within the local area or the area which they are interested to give the program. Then selection of the entrepreneurs. So the selection process, the eligibility or the criteria should be applied for the program. Then experience in the EDP abroad. So the same program which is carried out in the foreign countries should be studied, and that should be incorporated in the EDP program conducted by the local authorities. Then prerequisites of the EDP. What are the prerequisites? That is the selection of the entrepreneurs. The criteria and eligibility should be applied for the selection of the entrepreneurs for that particular program. Then input of the EDP. There is a require of various training processes and other activities. Then raw materials. That input should be ready by the EDP. Then support system. One support system means there must be involvement of the government authorities or the funding process by the government or the institution, private institution or local authorities should be support the system. Then follow whatever the program conducted, the follow-up must be taken from the entrepreneurs which are already trained. So this is the follow-up process, and these are the prerequisites of the EDP. So coming to the next point, the phases of the EDP. What are the phases? That is select area from existing government policy, guidelines and social economic reports. Then techno-economic survey of the selected area. The techno-economical survey of the selected area should be carried out, and it should be feasibility studies. Then identify the potential and existing entrepreneur interested in the starting new business, expansion or diversification. Then one must train the entrepreneurs which are identified. Then follow-up and consistency services should be taken. That follow-up should be must taken, feedback should be taken from the entrepreneurs which are already trained. Then selection of the entrepreneur for the EDP. How they are selecting the entrepreneurs for the program. The program is well publicized and promoted to attract the maximum application for the screening. So maximum application is taken. So how they are going to take maximum application? They must first promote and advertise the program, then the maximum application will come. Within that maximum application, selection of the top 25 or 30 applicants only taken. So because of this, the learning process will be going to smooth. Then application screen for the application, whatever the application come from this 25-30 applicants, it is screened by following three categories, that is demographic and socio-cultural data. So whatever the individual having age, education, work experience, financial resources, type of the businesses, this must be taken as a noted. Then motivation factors. So what exactly motivation factor the individual having, that is pull factor, source of the encouragement, credibility, endurance, then concentrateness of the plans, then concreteness of the plans. So this must be undertaken. Then psychological test results. The trait like risk taking, need for the achievement must be taken under EDP program. Then what are the features of the EDP program? So first one is the identification and careful selection for entrepreneurs for training. Then developing the entrepreneur capability of the training. Then equipping the trainee with the basic managerial understanding and strategies. Then ensuring a viable industrial project for each potential entrepreneur. Then helping him to secure the necessary financial, infrastructural and related assistance. Then training cost is highly subsidized and only token fee is charged. So what are the issues in the EDP? So EDP, the structure and composition of the EDP, area of the operation, fixing the priorities, lack of specialties support. These are the issues. Then the operational problems. What operational problems is caused in the program? That is inherent inability, diverse opinions of the committee, then the poor strategies development for the program. Then lack of institutional commitment, there are lack of institutional commitment. Then lack of local support. Then non-availability of the inputs, there is lack of raw materials. Then poor follow-up from the already trained entrepreneurs. Then inadequate research facilities. Then ill planned, means weak planned training methodology. Then lack of creativity and commitment. So for now, thank you, and thank you for watching this video.